Welcome back. New details tonight in the murder of a woman who has been missing since 2011.
The Elgin Police Department now announcing a full list of charges against 64-year-old Freddie Grant, who will face those charges in connection to the death and disappearance of then 28-year-old Adriana Laster.
According to Elgin PD, Grant now faces charges for murder, domestic violence, and criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. In an exclusive interview, WIS reporter Ashley Jones visited Elgin today, talking to neighbors who actually knew Grant and who even met Adriana. She has the latest tonight on their reaction to these late-breaking developments.
Well, right now I'm standing just a mile away from where the body of 15-year-old Gabrielle Swainson was found, buried 5 feet deep. It's also just a few feet away from where Freddie Grant lived. A former neighbor and friend of Grant's walked me to this area. He said he can remember helping search for Gabrielle Swainson when she first disappeared, but never did he think that she was so close to his home.
I'm hoping that she's still alive.
Those were the hopes of Dink Belton almost 13 years ago. That was back when Adriana Laster had been missing for more than 52 weeks. And at the time, Gabrielle Swainson had been missing for a little over 3 weeks. Now, 13 years later, Belton says,
it was hard, and it's still hard for me to believe that I misjudged him so bad.
Devastated is how Belton describes feeling when he first heard the body of 15-year-old Gabrielle Swainson was found just a few miles away from where he lived. And shocked is how he describes feeling after finding that his friend of 15 years was behind her demise. Grant pled guilty to the murder and kidnapping of Swainson back in 2013. His guilty plea was in exchange for 30 years in prison. A part of that agreement was he had to point law enforcement to where he buried Swainson's body. Belton took me there Tuesday afternoon.
We were friends. I had my own business then. He had his business. He was doing yard work and all, and I had a tree service. You know, sometimes you throw a tree and the limb go in the ground and break a water line. All I had to do was call him. He would come and fix it.
Belton says him and other neighbors were fond of Grant because of his yard skills. But little did they know those same skills were used to bury the bodies of Swainson and now police allege Adriana Laster. Laster's remains were found in a sand pit just outside of Elgin almost 13 years after she was first reported missing. WIS uncovered reports of abuse of Laster at the hands of Grant 11 years ago. A report from the Elgin Police Department detailed how Grant slammed Adriana's head into the side of his brick home. Belton says he remembers that day.
And she came in. My wife was working at IGA, and I called her and I said, Adriana's here and she's blood and everything. And my wife said, well, clean her up and be sure and put some Neosporin on. Those was her words. So Adriana went in the bathroom. I took in the bathroom in there. I washed all the blood off her head and face and put the Neosporin on her.
Belton says he wanted to take Laster to Sister Care. That's an organization that helps women who have been abused, but Laster refused to go. After Laster's remains were discovered almost a week ago, Grant now faces murder charges in connection to her death.
I met Freddie, I think it was back in August, forgot what year. My daughter had met him, and finally they got married.
Pictured is Mabel Roten's daughter and Freddie Grant when they got married back in the late 90s. She said at the time, she thought he was a good man.
She never did say he was abusive to her or anything like that. I thought they were getting along good. Yeah, he had good manners, and he was a hard-working fella on his jobs.
Roten says her daughter died back in 2004 at the age of 48. It was suspected that she died of a heart attack, but now Roten believes there could be more to her daughter's death.
And I got a call, said they had her down at the hospital, and she had went to church that Sunday and was doing fine. So I really don't know what was the cause of death, because I don't think it was autopsy taken.
Right now, there's no word yet on when Grant will go back before a judge for the death of Adriana Laster. Reporting in Elgin, I'm Ashley Jones, WIS News 10.